Hey tribe, what's up? This is another rice video. You can see the blue in the background there. We'll go down here in a second. That's a big pile of rice. This is the climax of rice season because rice is done. We just cut it yesterday. I didn't film it because it's really just, it was really just like a combine, a tractor cutting the rice. That's it in the field. But this is very interesting. Oh, that's why I want to show it, because this is very old-fashioned. Because I thought, like, after the combine cut the rice, it just puts it in the bags for you and that's it. You know what I mean? And we just store the bags of rice in here, or Ang stores it over at her grandma's place. But they don't. So very old-fashioned. They pretty much drop it off a giant pile at your place. And maybe for 1 or 2 days, depends upon how hot it gets today. They basically lay it all out and let the rice dry. Then after it dries, you yourself, or you hire someone to do it, put the rice in the bags. They're usually kind of big, like probably like big 50-pound bags or something like that. So I'll take you down here and we'll film different segments of this so you kind of see what's going on. But anyway, I'll reverse the camera and I'll be right back. Okay. See, that's the big pile of rice. So basically what they did was they dropped that off last night. We were going to do this last night, but they dropped it off too late. So we just had to cover it up and wait for this morning. So what Ang is doing, she's just putting it in the wheelbarrow there. Then she's a working woman right now. She's probably like, why are you filming me? She don't care. She knows this is what I do. Then they lay it out right here, like on this like blue tarp, like that. Then you see that shovel. So from there, they're kind of sweep it. Then that way when it's swept, it dries out. You kind of sweep it throughout the day so it dries out. So this is how we do the rice before they package it up. She said it takes about 1 or 2 days to dry out. So this is actually how they do it. Let me walk around the corner here. It's probably okay to step on. See, we got around the corner there. And you see the big pile over there. The dogs are like, what's going on? That's Lon, the black dog. He comes over, plays with the puppies. Then, yep. So basically what we do, we'll cover up all this. Then we'll take the blue tarp and we'll lay it all down through there where Ang's dad's standing at. And I'll be back for more nuggets, but at the end, we'll have this all layered out and we'll be kind of like raking it to kind of move the rice around to dry. Then we'll probably have to go to town sometime today, buy the rice bags. And we'll see at the end, we'll kind of see how many bags we got to see if they did better last year or not. Because this is Ang's first year actually being up here during rice season. So this isn't really new to her because she kind of grew up that way, but it's been a long time for her. But anyway, we'll start doing this. I'll come back and show you the progress throughout the day. And I just thought this was really cool to show you guys. And even like the next door neighbor over here, we put this gate up. So the next door neighbor over here, they're laying rice on the road as well. So lots of times they're lay rice on the road because they might not be able to put it on their property like we're doing. So if I kind of move over here, step over the wall, see that's rice. See that's rice right there laying right in the road. But anyway, I'll be back. Some more little nuggets and stuff like that. Okay, we are back. I laid the blue tarp all the way down here. We had to borrow it from her like aunts and uncles here. So what we're doing here, taking the wheelbarrow, then kind of, you can see the rice down there. I got piles of it down there. So just taking it down there and doing that jazz. Chad's the rice farmer today. Made me a cup of coffee. They got me a Thai donut. A little bit breezy out. I'll talk to you I'm gonna take this wheelbarrow down. You'll see me down there, but you hear me talk to you. So I wanted to share a little bit of stuff with you guys. Because normally what I would do, normally I would hire someone to do this stuff. But honestly, I'm really, really tired of hiring Thai people, just to be blunt. Especially in the village, like Aang and I had a chat where it's like, okay, I'm not going to hire nobody in the village no more, because literally every time I hire someone in the village, it doesn't matter if they've been working in the industry for 30 years. This is my biggest pet peeve here. I'm going to share it with you just in case, like, you really want to live in Thailand. You buy a house, fixing up a house. This isn't my house. I'm just helping them, fix it up. It's worn down. But not all Thai people, but most Thai people, you have to understand that every Thai person is a fucking handyman. There's no pride in their work. They lie to your face just to get the job. They ruin all your fucking shit. You got to rebuy it and redo it, hire someone else to fix it. Like, no joke. Like the bed, like in the office where I have my computer set up, you can see most of my videos where, like, behind me, the wall, the paint job is horrible. The paint is like blistering on the wall. Dude, like when we came here, we had nothing in the room. So I was gonna repaint the room. I hired a local in the village. I bought primer, bought the best paint, spent like $100 just on the paint, bought primer. He told me he knew how to do everything. Didn't even fucking prime the wall, dude. And like even the old paint job they had on there, you could see where the cement was everything in cement. They build everything in cement. The cement had moisture in it, so you have to suck out that moisture. Didn't even use the fucking primer. Literally ruined $100 in paint. So that's after we moved everything in the room, the computers and everything set up in the room. Now I have to move everything out to fix it. And I know there's going to be a little rant. Like we just built this. Now that looks good far away, but when we go up on it, I bought the most expensive paint for the wall. They fucking watered it down, changed the color. They painted in, like you see all these wood panels. These aren't wood panels. It's really high-end steel, but it looks like wood. They scratched them all. They painted on them. They didn't even treat the steel. Like 1 week after this was done, it was fucking rusting. And I did my due diligence on this one. Like the person I hired was actually the fucking next door neighbor. I feel like beating his ass. But, but to be frank, but I saw his other work. I even picked out the design that he did that was really professionally done. It was awesome design. He didn't even follow the fucking design. When they brought it over, I was like, what the fuck? Didn't even follow the design. He didn't treat none of the metal when he knows how to treat it. He told me all the steps because I was going to go up to Surin City and actually hire a company to do it. Then I saw a lot of work he's done. Then I really loved his work. So, and I thought, dude, if he did it, he built it, he can do the same thing for me. Dude, the motherfucker, I mean, holy shit. Like this whole thing, just this like whole thing right here was 50,000 baht. He pretty much ruined 50,000 baht. Because if I really want to fix it the right way, I gotta take the door off. I gotta replace all these wooden panels because they scratched them to shit. We have to sand down all the paint so we can put primer on it and the proper paint. He watered down everything. I came out here one time, they were using cheap spray paint to spray the fucking steel. Like just bullshit, dude. Just bullshit. Like that's the only thing is there's no pride in their fucking work, dude. They lie to your face. They're telling you like all the steps they do and they just purposely cut corners. Like, I mean, that's why we're not hiring anybody here, because I told Aang I'm done. I'm not hiring people in the village because all it does is call it bad blood. You know what I mean? Because it's either like family or her family, aunts and uncles, people she knows. So then I told her like no more. So, but that's it on my little rant there. So, but that's why we're kind of doing this by ourselves, because like that's why we're kind of holding off like the wall here. It's all ugly, you know, because it's just finding someone that knows what they're doing. They're really going to do it and not cut corners. And because they're build walls like this, dude, and within 1 year they're already cracking. You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean. There's no pride here. There's no pride in their work. And all they do, even if you bring them over and say, you got to fix all this, like the doofus next door, all they do is shrug. All they do is, I did the best thing, and they just literally walk away from you. Like, you know what I mean? You can't sue them because all they do is go to court and say, oh, I have no money, me poor. Just dumbass shit. But yeah. But yeah, it just, don't get me started on that. I mean, it's one thing when they mess up painting the flipping wall, okay. But then when it's like $2,000, you spent $2,000 on the door and you gotta redo everything. Then I think that's one of them right there on the bicycle, for like running over there and drop kicking him off his bike. I mean, I just told Aang, like, I know this sounds horrible, but you don't hire fucking poor people to do work. It's just bottom line. You got to go, especially in Thailand. You got to hire a company. It's going to be more money, but it's 100%. Like I'm done with that bullshit. But now, what we're doing? I'm gonna eat a couple donuts. I'm taking the wheelbarrow way down here and putting these piles. Looks like piles of horse shit, but but put the piles on here so we can dry out and see if we got enough. Well, I don't know. We might have to improvise a little bit. But anyway, I'll be back. I'll show you some more fun. Okay, tribe. This is day 2 of the rice adventure. So what we ended up doing yesterday is before we had the rice here, but we ended up moving it over on the street, just because, I mean, the sun kind of sets right here, but Aang thought it would be warmer on the street. So that's what we did yesterday. So today, according to Aang, this is going to be the last day. Everything's going to be finished up. But I'll show you kind of what we're doing and all that jazz. Because it's a little bit more than just, you can see Aang way down there. Okay, so we got one here. So it's a little bit more than just spreading it out and letting it dry. Okay, then we got this one over here. Okay, so we got 2 of them. So I'll go up to Aang here in a second. What she's doing, she's kind of sweeping, but she's sweeping the little buds. I'll show you. Let me switch around the camera here. I'll show you what I'm talking. Okay, basically what you got to do is you see those like almost look like brown clumps in there, but they're not brown clumps. They're little flower buds. So you got to get these out of there and throw them away. So you kind of can see them scattered throughout there. So that's what Aang is sweeping up, and that's what we got to do today, is get all these bad boys out. But that's what she's doing down there. Now this is more old-fashioned, of course, and I'm sure maybe they have a machinery that does this, but I mean, that's a lot of rice right here. But this one's actually pretty clean. There's still some buds in there, but actually quite a few I see. But what she's doing here, once I get closer, she's sweeping up all the flower buds right there. So that's what she's doing. She's kind of sweeping them up in a pile, and then we got a strainer way down there. All the dogs coming to see what Chad is doing. So way down here, I should have brought it with me. Way down here, there's a strainer. You can kind of put the rice in and get the buds out. So this is what they've been using, like this green thing right here to kind of strain it out. Then, so we got to finish that today, get all the buds. We worked on it a lot yesterday. Then we got to finish this one. So then after that, we should be able to get that done today. Then, I mean, unless Aang thinks it's not, the rice needs one more day of drying or something like that, then we gotta go to town and buy like big rice bags and actually put all the rice in the rice bags. So that should be fun. But that's what we got going on today. I mean, I think most of the day is going to be letting it dry. Then, but anyway, I'll be back. I'm gonna probably go help her get the little flower buds out of the way, and I'll be back. I'll let you guys know what's going on. Hey fam, welcome back. I did something really bad because we already bagged up all the rice. I really wanted to go out there and pick on people and film, but it's not that people were in a bad mood, but it was really hot. And I thought, well, maybe they might not enjoy Chad walking around filming them. But what we ended up doing was, okay, we ended up going a third day. So what we did was on the end of the second day, we let the rice dry all day long. It took really all day to kind of pick out those like the flower buds. Then it was kind of like too late to try to bag. It was going to take too long. So we left the rice on the road. How they do it, they leave it on the road, but they cover it up. Then in the morning on a third day, we went out, uncovered it, swept the rice out so it filled up the whole thing, let it dry for a couple hours, and then went and bought the bags and started bagging the bad boys. So basically, it's kind of common sense of bagging it. So these bags are these are probably 50 kilo bags. So some of them 50 kilo, 45 kilo, 43 kilo, just kind of depends. So we just stand the bags up, take buckets, kind of fill them up the old fashioned way. There's no machine or anything helping you bag it. But what we got about 25 bags. Like I said, each bag was about 50 kilo. Now, talking to Aang, this is the first year that she's been up here doing this all by herself. Of course, I helped her, but we got more than last year, or they got more than last year. Because I think last year I was trying to find out how many bags they got last year, and I think it was kind of a big number. They couldn't really remember, but Guy was telling me it was probably around maybe 16, 17, at most 18 bags last year. So we did 7 more bags this year, just because since we were up here, like I said, I kind of went on a rant earlier in the video, and I kind of left it in the video just because not a whole lot of people tell the truth, you know what I mean? And this is just authentic and stuff like that, what people go through. But it's kind of the same thing with a rice field. What Aang told me is that from the size of a rice field, like she should have probably got maybe at least or minimal like 40 bags. So we got 25. The previous year, they got about 16, 17, something like that. So, even the previous year, they're not even getting, half what they should be getting. You know what I mean? They're only getting maybe like 1/3 the rice off of the rice field, according to Aang. Okay. So I'm trying to get this information correct here. And that's just really honestly, even Aang will tell me that it just depends upon who you hire. You know what I mean? Somebody's not up here watching them, and they basically do a half-ass job. So they do a half-ass job, then you don't get as much rice. So this year, of course, we did a little bit more, and we got a little bit more than half what we should have got. And that's just part of it too. A couple things. Part of it too, you know, Aang was kind of new at it as far as like managing it. I'm 100% new at it. You know what I mean? So, and on top of it, you know, it's just, you don't hire the best people. You kind of learn, you know, you still kind of end up hiring people you shouldn't hire and stuff like that. It is what it is. But hopefully next year, I think kind of we've learned a lot this year. So next year, I think we're really trying to shoot for, I don't know if we'll get like 40 bags or not, but really shooting for like in the 30s. We'll get like 30, 35 bags. Be able to do it a lot better than we did this year. I just wanted to kind of follow up this video, kind of show you guys what happened. And even though I left out a lot of the fun we were having bagging these bad boys, but they're not going to stay here. This is kind of like in kind of Aang's like nook area of the off from kind of the living room. So basically what we'll do is we'll wait for our brother-in-law to come up with a truck. We're probably, I think we talked about, we'll probably sell maybe 12 bags. Then we'll keep the rest to eat the rest of the year. Just because it was something to do with, I was gonna say just let's keep all of it, but there's no way we can eat all this rice. So then Aang said, well, the rice will get old. So we decided we'll sell. We gave one bag to Guy. He sold it to kind of helping us out. Then we'll sell about 12. That will leave us about 12 bags for the whole year. And then if we're up here next year, you know what I mean? We'll start over next year. But I know the plans next year, just in case you want to know, is one of Aang's neighbors was telling her that did really, really good with rice. She said, like, because lots of times what they'll do is they will reuse this rice. Okay, it's not genetically modified crop like there is in the States or Europe or whatever. Like you can replant this rice and it will grow. Okay, so lots of times that's what they'll do is they'll save the 12 bags. They won't sell them. They'll use them for next year to plant for planting. But Aang, what her neighbor told her is they've been doing it for a long time, just kind of repurposing. I don't know if I'm using the right word, like repurposing the crop, repurposing the rice. That they told her, like, go ahead, either eat it or sell it all. Then next year, actually buy new rice that's fresh. And they said from there, you'll actually get better rice. You'll get more rice. You'll get more bags just from doing it that way. Just because they've been kind of replanting the old rice for many years now. So that's what we're going to do next year too. Just in case you wanted to plant rice. But anyway, tribe, just want to share that, kind of follow up this video. We are done. And other than that, peace out, and I'll see you in the next video.